The DuBois County Corrections Center is set to get some financial relief. We'll tell you more about what the state of Indiana plans to do. Plus, Carrie Schneider is back with our friends from the DuBois County Humane Society, and Spencer County Tourism Director Melissa Brockman is our guest tonight on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin this evening with the financially embattled DuBois County Corrections Center getting some help from the state of Indiana. Yesterday, Center Director J.P. Weissite informed the DuBois County Commissioners that the center received $200,000 from the Indiana Department of Corrections to help carry the county's work release program through the rest of its fiscal year, which ends in June of next year. DuBois Superior Court Judge Mark McConnell, who presides over the Community Corrections Advisory Board, was also pleased with the news. Before the state stepped in, McConnell had sought help from the county. Last month, he asked the commissioners to pay the health costs of the center's 16 full-time employees. That move, if approved, would cost the county more than $200,000 a year. The commissioners at this point are still weighing whether to approve that request. Officials say the extra money from the state is a brief respite and will keep the center afloat for several months before financial strains are expected to resurface. In addition to the state funding, the program also relies on fees from offenders, but in recent months, the number of offenders has leveled off. In the past, as many as 250 people have been enrolled in the program, and now that number is closer to 200. McConnell pointed out that fewer offenders means fewer fees. Last week, the DuBois County Council revealed that more than $600,000 in program fees has gone uncollected since 2006. Officials say in some cases, an offender's wages are garnished to pay child support. The Community Corrections Program also has the ability to garnish wages, but child support always gets first crack. After child support is paid, there is not necessarily a whole lot left to garnish, according to officials. Correction Center officials are looking to hire a collections agency to help recover fees that are still owed to the program. In other news this evening, the call for changes at a Davies County intersection has grown louder after a toddler was killed in a car accident there earlier this year. Noah Brigham died recently from injuries sustained when the van he was riding in with his family collided with a semi at the intersection of US 50 and State Road 257 just outside of Washington. Since Brigham's death, several people have signed off on a petition started by Derek Clark to make changes in order to make the intersection safer. Washington Mayor Joe Wellman says the main problem at the intersection starts with people's thought process.
I think people get on the 4-lane and don't think they ever have to stop, and that's been an issue. And there have been several serious accidents and fatalities at that intersection, as you know.
Clark, who addressed the Washington City Council at a meeting last night, says several people, such as Steve Durnell and a Vincennes family, have been killed at that intersection, and many other serious accidents have occurred there. Clark's petition has garnered more than 200 signatures as of news time this evening. Now the petition calls for overhead flashing lights to be installed about 1,000 feet from the intersection to the east as well as to the west. The petition additionally calls for signs that would say "Prepare to stop when flashing" to be installed. Clark has also been on the radio and met with members of the community as well as INDOT concerning this idea. Wellman says though the state has concerns about warning signs, he feels that that would be the best way to go.
One of the concerns I know that the Department of Transportation has is you get too many signs, warning signs, people don't pay attention to any of them. So I don't know what the alternative is other than this.
The Washington City Council gave its unanimous support to Clark's petition. Councilman Blake Chambers says he travels through the intersection on a regular basis, and he says his pulse speeds up every time he nears the intersection. A southern Indiana ski slope is hoping the cold weather being forecast will allow it to open up for skiers in a couple of weeks. Paoli Peak's spokeswoman Laura Grenier says its crews are planning to start up its snowmaking machines this weekend, with plans to start its ski season on December the 14th. The forecast for the Paoli area, about 70 miles northeast of Evansville, calls for some snowfall and temperatures below freezing through this upcoming weekend. Paoli Peaks' ski season typically runs from mid-December through mid-March. However, that can vary widely depending on the weather. Coming up after the break, Carrie is back with our friends at the DuBois County Humane Society, plus your local forecast, sports with Kurt Guxell, and Inform featuring Spencer County Tourism Director Melissa Brockman. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.